Okay, so I want to talk about the MVP, the 2017 NBA MVP, and who should it go to. Well, pretty obvious. There's really only four candidates, four people that you would select. Obviously LeBron, because he's the best player on the planet. Obviously Russell Westbrook, because he just averaged a triple-double for the season. Obviously James Harden, and I think obviously Kawhi Leonard. It'd be those four people, and I'm gonna break down to you kind of like, what each guy will brings to the table, and who should have the MVP, or who should it be. So first off, let's start with the easy one, LeBron. Okay, best player on the planet, no doubt about it. It's like not even up for debate. He's got it locked like Mike did. Seriously, he's just that much better than everybody. There's nothing he can't do on the court. He does everything on the court. I mean, everything. He can do anything. He can guard any player. He can make any play. He's unbelievable. Why should he be MVP? Why should LeBron be MVP? It's just because he is the best. It's because he's known as the best. And even if he doesn't have the best regular season, we know it's because he is coasting so he can win a ring and be injury-free and dominate then. I mean, you're talking about an Iron Man, a guy who doesn't miss games. He'll sit out a game here and there just because, the guy plays like almost 40 minutes a game, maybe even a little bit more. I don't know. I can't remember what the minutes are, but I know he's got a lot of minutes. He plays more minutes than Russell Westbrook. Plays more minutes than a lot of guys, and he does just so much. And again, he is the best. So he deserves it just because, he had a great season this year. I think he put up something like, 27 or 26, 8 and 8, something like that. He balls. He kills it. But he does this coasting. He does this easily in his sleep. So, but LeBron, he deserves the MVP for one, being the best, and two, just out of, I hate to say it because I don't like to give you props for what you did, 2-3 years ago, but what you're doing now. But with LeBron, it's just he's been the best so consistently every year. He's literally been the best. He's arguably been the best player in the league since 2006. 2006. He's got 11 years straight of being the best player in the NBA. And it looks like the next 2 or 3 years it looks like he's got the next 2 years on lock for being the best. So that's going to give him like 13 years of being the best player in the league. Undoubtedly. It won't be undoubtedly, but he deserves it because we know he's the best and we know what he's doing on the court. Like, he's putting up 26, 27, 8 and 8, just not even trying to do it. Just like going through the motions, like, oh, I'm just sleepwalking my way. Oh, there's 28 and 8 and 8. That's just what he does. He just can't not put up 28, 8 and 8. And then he also does it on amazing efficiency. I think he's shooting at like 54, 55, 56% from the field. Just to, I don't want to get over under Russ. No, I'm going to save Russell for later. But yeah, you're talking about 54, 55% from the field. And let's jump on it. Russell Westbrook, for instance, he shoots like 42%. So let's just think about the difference between shooting 55% and shooting 43%. At the end of the game, if you got one team shooting 58% and one team shooting 43%, the final score is going to be something like 110 to 86. So you're looking at you're basically, if one team's shooting that different, you're looking at like a 110 to 86? Yeah, you're looking at a 24-point swing. So, what LeBron does, it's very valuable, and you can't just look at raw stats. You have to look deeper into the numbers. You have to look at efficiency and how many, you got to look at efficiency, you got to look at turnovers. You can look at all that stuff, and LeBron is the most efficient wing scorer out there. So on to, I want to go to Kawhi Leonard. So Kawhi Leonard is on the San Antonio Spurs. Obviously, he is. I honestly think he's the second best player in the NBA. I think he's the second best player behind LeBron, and he's coming. He is coming. He can ball. He doesn't distribute like LeBron. He doesn't create for his teammates like LeBron. He doesn't have the vision that LeBron. He's not the athlete that LeBron is. No one is, but he's a very good athlete. He's got long, long arms and big hands. His hands are huge. He put his hands up next to Shaq's hands, and they were like the same size. And that's coming from. And Shaq is just. I mean, you're talking about a monster, a 7'2", 380-pound behemoth who is 300 pounds in his prime and just a wrecking machine. So, you know, Kawhi has the super duper long arms, the big hands. He's his defense. I mean, he's the best defender probably. Consistently, he's easily the best defender. When the game's on the line, LeBron's actually still the best defender. Kawhi is right there, but LeBron's still the best defender. When the game's on the line and when you need to stop, you put LeBron there. But Kawhi is consistently, that's like part of his game, is defense. He's always got his hands into places. His big hands are always hitting stuff out the way. So, you know, it's hard to really play against him, hard to get by him. He gives LeBron the most trouble. LeBron still averages 28, 8, and 8 against him, but hey, he does give LeBron the most trouble. But why does he deserve it? Well, one, he's super duper efficient as well. I mean, right now in the playoffs, I mean, his PER, and that's player efficiency rating for those who don't know. What player efficiency rating does, in layman's terms, it basically takes everything you do on the court and comes up with a pretty little score for it, right? So it accounts for your points, your assists, your blocks, your steals, you know, your efficiency. So a guy who puts up 100 points on 200 shots is not going to have a better rating than the guy who puts up 100 points on 100 shots. You know, efficiency matters when it comes to PER, which is your player efficiency rating again. And so his PER right now is just through the roof. It's unbelievable. I haven't seen a PER this high through that many games. I mean, it's been a long time since I've seen someone do that. I mean, that's LeBron. He's putting up like the best LeBron numbers. Not from a totality, not from like raw statistics, but from like the amount of playing time he's getting, and you know, the efficiency at which he does everything. He's just playing right now in the playoffs. As great as LeBron's playing, he's playing even better. And that's kind of arguable, but his PER, he's more efficient right now than even LeBron. I'll just say that, and he's by far more efficient than Westbrook or Harden. But the reason he should get the ball or get the MVP is because he's on a great team. He's one of the best players on one of the best teams. He absolutely balled this year. He had a top 4 season, and he's the second best player in the league. And he's the best defensive player of them all. So defense counts a lot. You got a guy and that's the big difference between Kawhi, LeBron, and then the other guys. You know, the other guys don't have that defense. You know, they don't have that in them. Kawhi is a defensive machine. His 3-point ball is better than everybody else's too. He's shooting like 43% from 3. It's just dirty. He's a 6'8" long freak, athletic. I mean, he's trying to be the second best player in the league. He's fighting with like Curry and he's fighting with everybody. He's fighting with like 4 other guys for the number 1 spot. But I think from what I've been seeing, he's moving there first. So, you know, he definitely deserves recognition for the MVP, and you know, he's just as deserving. He's very deserving of it. Defense and, you know, great play. And just being the best player on the court many times every night against other players that are considered the best or one of the best. So he definitely deserves, you know, MVP consideration for his great defense, his super duper efficiency, great 3-ball, just overall great basketball player who plays both ends of the court at an A level. He's an awesome player level. So, next, let's go Russell Westbrook, okay? So, I've been high and low on Russell all year long. Like, I love him, then I don't like him. I love him, I don't like him. just got so much energy, though. I mean, to do what he did, he put up a triple-double average for this year. For those who don't know what triple-double is, that means you got double digits in 3 different categories. And he not only did he do that, he averaged 30 points a game while doing it. So he averaged 30 and like 10 and 10. Okay, so 30 points per game, like 10.5 rebounds per game, and 10.5 assists a game, something like that. That hasn't been done since Oscar Robertson back in the like early 70s, early to mid 70s. So you're talking about a guy doing something that hasn't been done in like 40 years, 50 years, whatever it is. I don't want to do the math. I'm not going to think, but it's like 40, mid 40s. That's crazy. It's crazy that a guy was able to do a triple-double. I never thought anyone would do it. I mean, I thought LeBron could do it, but he never, he was right around, 28, 8 and 8. That's like the closest he's come. So 2 away. So this guy put it up. He did it. He did the triple-double. And some will say he was more interested in putting up a triple-double than actually winning. But still, I don't care. I mean, I care because winning is the ultimate goal. But still, it's amazing. It hasn't been done in 40-some years. He did the impossible. So, he definitely deserves it for that. He deserves it for having a great season. He led the league in scoring and had a triple-double. He did his thing this year. I mean, he did his thing. Now, what don't I like? The one thing I don't like about Russell is his efficiency. His offensive efficiency is just, it's abominable sometimes. It's so bad. Like the other night, he had 51 points on like 43 shots. 43 shots? You can't win a game if you're taking that many shots and only making 53, only getting 53 points. If LeBron or Kawhi took 43 shots in a game, you best believe they would probably score about 85 points. Minimum. LeBron would probably score 100 points on 45 shots. It's just, I'm not going to say 100, but he would, he would score on 45 shots, he'll score 70, 80. It'll be 70 to 80, no problem. So, I don't like that about Russ. He shoots a lot. He doesn't have a good shot. He needs to go to the hole more. And he needs to pass more. Like, honestly, all season long, their team would have been better, in my opinion, had he probably scored about 20 points a game and gone for about 20 assists a game, which he could have done. Instead of shooting all those times, just pass it. Because you can pass to anybody, you can get anybody open. I mean, he's an ultimate setup man. He can get assists at will. He's an athlete. He's a crazy athlete. He can basically do whatever he wants out there on the court except score at will. He can get to the hole at will, or get to the hole a lot, but obviously his shot's not that good. If you're only shooting at 43% from the field, that's not going to cut it. That's not going to get you wins. But you put up a triple-double. Again, I'm amazed. I want to thank Russell for allowing me to see what a triple-double season looks like and how it's done. He did a great job. He was amazing. He was an amazing player all year long. His motor, top-notch. His athleticism, top-notch. I mean, he is an athlete. I mean, he is definitely he's definitely a top 10 athlete in basketball history ever. I definitely give it to him. I would say he's top 10. Right on the edge there, though. There's other guys that are right there with him, and obviously LeBron is better, the better athlete, just because he's bigger. He's way bigger, and he's much taller. Yet in his prime, he could move just like that, and he's still the biggest. He's still the biggest, strongest, fastest wing player in the NBA. So, at 32, you're still the best athlete. You're still faster than everybody, and you're still stronger than everybody. That's your height, your size. So, but again, Westbrook, he deserved the MVP this year for putting up the triple-double and doing something that hasn't been done in 50 years and averaging that for a season. That's unbelievable. It's crazy, and I gotta give nothing but props to him for that. And then Harden. Harden was leading my vote for the MVP pretty much all year long. I really like Harden a lot. I mean, I love Harden. I think Harden is an awesome player. He has got his skills are I think he's the most skilled out of all of them offensively. I mean, that guy, he can get to the hole and he can just make you foul him. You know, nobody ever, I don't think anybody has ever drawn fouls as well as Harden. And they're cheap, and a lot of them aren't real. I mean, he can somehow, he's able to dribble in, dribble in while refs are watching, and with his other arm, grab your arm, pull it against them, and then throw up a shot, and then they call the foul the other guy because it looks like the other guy reached in, but really, he was able to grab the other guy's arm while he's dribbling, pull it into his body, and then shoot, and then, get a foul call. And he could do that over and over and over. He does it at will. I saw one game against Cleveland when he did it to somebody. He did it against a guy, against somebody. Cleveland or LeBron got mad and told the ref, and then LeBron guarded him, and then he went and did it to LeBron, and then did it to LeBron again, 3 plays or 4 plays later, where he just dribbled in on LeBron, grabbed LeBron's arm, and then threw it. I mean, it's just unbelievable the way this guy can draw a foul, or make it look like he got fouled. So he, James Harden, man, he's really earned my respect. He's definitely, he's a top player. His defense, little lagging. Same, and I know I already talked about Westbrook, but Westbrook's defense, a little lagging. James, again, a little lagging. He's gotten much better. He was awful at defense, and people used to make fun of him. It was a joke. You could see you could find highlights all day of people just running by James for dunks and for easy scores, and James just not looking, just sleeping on D. It's just bad. It gets real bad. But it's, it's whatever because he's an unbelievable offensive player. Skill-wise, there's not many people that have ever had more skill than James Harden. His dribbling is good. His just quickness, his first step, his Euro step, his ability to change directions while he's in the middle of a step. It's ridiculous. He's strong, and he keeps the ball real low so he can bring it around. He knows how to draw a foul better than anyone I've seen, and that's going to help your offense. If you get to go to the free throw line, you're getting points. It's all about putting points on the board. So, James is definitely, he's definitely a beast. He averaged 29, 8 and 8. 29, 10 and 9, 29, 10 and 8 or something. I don't know. He was close to a triple-double. Maybe 10 and 7 or something. I don't know. 8 and 7. Who knows? But he was close to a triple-double. And he was way, 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 way more efficient than Russell Westbrook. So, I got to keep that in mind. Harden he had probably the first or second best season, and, his I think PR, Russ was number 1, and I think James was number 2. So, at the end of the day, they both Russell and Harden, they were probably the number 1 and 2 performers this year overall, followed by LeBron 3 and Kawhi 4, statistically wise during the regular season. So, Harden, he deserves it for being an awesome offensive player. He completely controls the ball, completely controls the tempo. He gets his other guys involved. He's an efficient scorer. Whatever he lacks in field goal percentage, he makes it up by getting to the free throw line so much. So, you talk if a guy like LeBron could get to the free throw line and make his free throws like James Harden, he would instantly be better than Michael Jordan. That's just how good James Harden. I would put LeBron probably ahead of Mike anyway. For me, I don't argue against that one. I think that it's whoever you like better between Mike and LeBron. Honestly, I would not argue either way. It's just my preference. Harden, he definitely he gets it after LeBron. I'd say Harden gets his players involved. Next, he's the next best facilitator, and he's got a great system with Mike D'Antoni. So Harden definitely. Harden had the second best season. He's got a great offensive repertoire. and he's a very efficient player, and he gets to the line, and he's the engine on the Houston. He got him to a 3rd seed this year in the West, and that's huge. So, with that being said, for me this year, the MVP, I gotta go with Russell Westbrook. I can't overlook the quadruple double. And it's funny because he'd be the last guy I would take on my team out of those 4 guys. But you got to give it to Russell. He pushed himself all year long to get that triple double. I almost feel like that was almost like a gift to NBA fans. And he's just having that special season. All the seasons, all 3 of these guys put up great seasons, right? They're all historic seasons, but like Allen Iverson said it too. It's just a special season that you get to see once every 50 years, if even that. And I'm glad that I was able to see that, and glad able to see what a triple double season looks like, because it's amazing when you think about it. It's crazy. I still can't even believe he did it, but he deserves it. He deserves it for that one. So, Russell, I want to thank you very much for the triple double season. Thank you for all your hard work. You were working your tail off this year. You might not be the best player, but man, you are one feisty dude. You have ridiculous athleticism. You have a lot of heart, and I salute you, bro. Adios, everybody. Thank you for listening.